Conor McGregor's appeal to the High Court jury decision that he raped Nikita Hand has gone down in flames. It could only be described, the Court of Appeal decision which has been released today could only be described as a massive win for Nikita Hand. So Conor McGregor has lost his appeal against the civil jury finding in the High Court in favour of Nikita Hand, who sued him over alleged rape of her in a Dublin hotel. And I'm relying here on the Irish Times reporting from Mary Carolan and Stephen Connelly. In its judgment this afternoon, the Court of Appeal dismissed the panel or appeal in its entirety. Miss Hand was in court for the ruling. Mr. McGregor was not present. He had denied rape and claimed he had consensual and vigorous sex with Miss Hand in the Beacon Hotel in December 2018. He claimed that the trial judge erred in directing the High Court civil jury should be asked to decide whether he assaulted rather than sexually assaulted Miss Hand. And this is something that has come up time and time again in the comments on social media. People claiming that he didn't rape her, he may have assaulted her or whatever, but the High Court jury found that he sexually assaulted or raped her. Dismissing that ground of appeal, Mr. Justice Brian O'Moore said the appeal court had no doubt that the overall effect of Mr. Justice Alexander Owen's charge was to tell them the central allegation by Miss Hand against Mr. McGregor was he had raped her. It was unreal to suggest, after the trial judge had framed the issue in the brutally clear way he had, that the jury could have been confused. So the Court of Appeal has found that the clear way that Mr. Justice Alexander Owens framed the question to the jury in the High Court could leave nobody in any doubt that they were being asked to consider whether Mr. McGregor had raped Nikita Hand or not. Speaking outside the forecourts in Dublin, following the judgment, Miss Hand said that today I can finally move on and try to heal. She obviously is grateful, deeply grateful to everyone who supported her and for those who believed her and stood by her side throughout this long and painful journey. She thanked her legal team, etc., etc. Mr. Justice O'Moore also dismissed another core ground of appeal that the trial judge erred in permitting a line of questioning concerning Mr. McGregor's multiple no-comment responses to investigating Gardaí after providing them with a pre-prepared statement in response to Miss Hand's rape claim. The trial judge was alive to the fact the jury had to be warned about not making adverse inferences against Mr. McGregor from his no-comment replies and had warned them to that effect, he said. The jury were also told to disregard certain no-comment answers as having no evidential value. There was an unimpeachable exposition by the trial judge to the jury about the legal position relating to the no-comment answers, he said. He told them repeatedly they should not consider the answers as supportive of Miss Hand's case. He told them the answers were simply not evidence. Mr. McGregor had failed to show a real risk of an unfair trial and his side had not been deprived of the right of an effective cross-examination, the judge said. Miss Hand was also entitled to costs at the highest solicitor-client level of the last-minute withdrawal in mysterious circumstances of two motions brought by Mr. McGregor seeking to have fresh evidence admitted. Lawyers for Miss Hand opposed the appeal and urged the court to allow the November 2024 jury decision that Mr. McGregor had assaulted Miss Hand and its award of €250,000 damages to her to stand. An order requiring Mr. McGregor to pay Miss Hand's estimated $1.3 million legal costs was stayed pending the outcome of the appeal. The court today ordered Miss Hand should get her costs in the High Court and Appeal Court against Mr. McGregor. Mr. McGregor had initially sought to introduce fresh evidence for his appeal, which he said bolstered his insistence he was not responsible for bruising on the body of Miss Hand, noted by a doctor who examined her in December 2018. The fresh evidence included from Samantha O'Reilly and Stephen Cummins, who lived across the road from Miss Hand in Drimna in late 2018. In an affidavit sworn last January, Miss O'Reilly claimed she had witnessed from her home a physical altercation between Miss Hand and her then partner Stephen Redmond in their home on the night of December 9th, 10th, 2018. In an affidavit, Miss Hand described her neighbour's claims as lies and said Mr. Redmond never assaulted her that night or at any time during their relationship. After the application to admit the neighbour's evidence was dramatically withdrawn by Mr. McGregor's side at the outset of the appeal on the 1st of July last, Miss Hand's lawyers applied to have the matter referred for consideration of possible perjury, including possible induced perjury by Mr. McGregor. Senior counsel John Gordon said a referral would show the court's concern about, quote, the apparent abuse of its own processes. The fresh evidence application was not just to adduce further evidence, but to undermine Miss Hand's reputation pending the hearing of the appeal, he said. Having viewed materials in chambers, the judges agreed to refer the matter to the Director of Public Prosecutions and said it would inform the parties of the materials it proposed to refer. It's understood the materials included affidavits of Miss O'Reilly, Mr. Cummins and Miss Hand. They also include a booklet of documents provided by Miss Hand's side to the appeal court, on foot of which it was intended to cross-examine Miss O'Reilly and Mr. Cummins about their sworn statements. Part of the transcript of the appeal hearing related to the withdrawal application are also included. According to court sources, the normal procedure when such referrals are made is that the materials are sent by the DPP to An Garda Síochána and the latter then considers whether they involve possible perjury. The appeal court also dismissed a linked appeal by James Lawrence against the High Court's refusal to award him costs against Miss Hand after the jury found he had not assaulted her in the hotel after Mr. McGregor had left. During the civil trial, it was confirmed that Mr. McGregor, who said Mr. Lawrence was his friend, was paying his legal costs for the civil case. Mr. Justice O'Moore, while finding errors in how the trial judge decided the cost issue in Mr. Lawrence's case, said the court, for different reasons, had reached the same conclusion as the High Court, that Mr. Lawrence should not get his costs against Miss Hand. The jury must not have accepted Mr. Lawrence's evidence of consensual sex between Miss Hand and Mr. McGregor, the judge said. That, and the fact that the costs were paid by Mr. McGregor, would constitute special cause for not awarding costs to him against Mr. McGregor. It was a factor to take into consideration that an award of costs to Mr. Lawrence against Miss Hand meant the costs would ultimately go to Mr. McGregor, the man who raped her, he said. For those and other reasons, the court ruled each side should pay their own costs in the High Court and Court of Appeal concerning Miss Hand's claim against Mr. Lawrence. And that is the reporting from the Irish Times, Mary Carolan and Stephen Conneely. Conor McGregor's appeal in the Court of Appeal has gone down in flames. Hope you liked the video. Thanks a lot.